Hi Scorpio, welcome to your Tarology 33 November 2018 bonus love reading. This is a reading that I'm doing for you guys because in your October video you had the most views and most new subscribers, so this is just a thank you for that. It's a different spread that we do for the normal readings and a different deck that I use. So the deck that I'm using here is actually called the Lover's Path Tarot. And this is what's called a past, present, future spread. Well, I mean, there's many variations of that. So let me explain how this specific one goes. This first card represents your past influence on a potential relationship with a love interest. This represents your love interest past influence on a potential relationship between the two of you. This represents your present influence on a potential relationship between the two of you. This is their present influence on the potential relationship between the two of you, the likely outcome of the relationship, and we have the bottom of the deck as usual, just give you the underlying theme. And then what I normally do is I pull one oracle card just like I do for our normal monthly readings, but you actually got two that came out here, so we'll go through those at the end. So we'll go through the cards one by one, see what we see. In the past position, we have the Innocence card. So this is a major arcana card. It's the equivalent of the Fool in the regular Rider-Waite tarot. I'll zoom in on the artwork a little bit there. I'll get it to focus. Let's see. There we go. So to me, this could just say that, given that the card is called Innocence in this deck, it could have just been that this is a crush you've had from way back in the day. That's certainly a possibility when you were a lot younger. This could just be saying that your energy in the past was very innocent and flirtatious. You weren't really necessarily looking for anything too serious or taking anything too seriously, but you might have had that youthful, playful energy. It could mean taking a leap of faith too, so it's possible that you actually made the first move. But either way, I just get the vibe that you had that innocence to you. And like I said, this could just mean that the crush goes way back. Or that this is just someone you've known for a long time. And their potential, or their past influence on a potential relationship, rather, we have the Seven of Cups. So the main thing that sticks out to me with this artwork is if you look, this person's just looking off in the distance. Doesn't really seem to be focused on any of those cups or anything, but it looks like it almost looks like a ghostly type figure. So it could just be that in the past they were still hung up on someone from one of their past relationships, or maybe even they had a crush on someone else too. It might not have even necessarily been someone that they were in a relationship with. But one thing I do want to point out, actually, these energies can work vice versa. So, it could end up being that those are their energies and these are yours. But this is actually my card that represents the last 10 degrees of Scorpio. So for those of you who were born like that last, like the middle 10 days of November, or if you have a moon or a rising sign in the last 10 degrees of Scorpio, this might resonate with you more. But yeah, either way, that's just the energy that I'm getting. Just looking at the artwork here, this is someone who, might have been getting a lot of offers too, because that's usually what happens with the Seven of Cups, but they weren't even seeing those offers clearly because they were still hung up on this person. Like they're clearly not even looking to see what's in the cups. They're just looking off in the distance, and this to me says that they weren't over someone at the time back in the past. In the position of your present influence on a potential relationship, we have the Wisdom card. So this is the equivalent of the High Priestess. And, this could just be saying that you're feeling very intuitive right now. You're trying to trust your intuition regarding the situation. But that's just more of a textbook definition for that card. In this context, with this deck too, I could see this playing a few ways. Going back to, like I said, with the past position being innocence, this could be someone you had a crush on from way back in the day. Maybe you guys went to school together, and then maybe you went to college, right? Wisdom, and then you see her with the book there. So maybe that caused a separation between you two. You went away to college and they were still in your hometown. That's one possibility. Another way this could be to me too, though, is that, and I'm not throwing shade at you guys because I have an eighth house moon, so I get the Scorpio energy in that regard. But this could just be you guys just doing your typical Scorpio detective work to make sure, before you make a move, oh, are they really over this person? Are they really single? Whatever the case may be. Just, trying to study up on them, if you will, you know what I mean, and see if you can figure anything out. And meanwhile, they're like in the background, like, I'm right here. You could just freaking ask me yourself what's going on, but that could be what's going on there. But yeah, definitely with the innocence card in the past position, I definitely see it's a possibility for some of you too that this could be, you knew them from back when you were kids, and then either you or they went away to school. And maybe that was what caused that distance between the two of you. Another card that could point to that for me is in their present influence on a potential relationship, we have the Four of Cups. So there's the artwork for it there. And to me, what stuck out about my thought that, oh, maybe this is someone that you knew from back then and then you went to school, to college, is the Four Cups. So, if you think about college is usually 4 years, maybe they've been waiting 4 years, or they realized that, they would have to wait 4 years. Either way, the Four of Cups energy is usually about being disappointed. To me, it represents. I was actually talking to someone about this the other day on Instagram. Usually, the Four of Cups energy to me represents they know they don't want what's right in front of them, and they either know what they want, but they're not going after it, or, they're just unsure what they want. But in this particular case, I feel that it looks like they're definitely over that person they were in the past because there's no sign of anyone else in this card. And then, like I said, it could have been that maybe they've known you for 4 years. That's a possibility as well. That's something that comes out to me with that four there. Maybe in the past, either you or they have tried to get things off the ground 4 times, and they might just be feeling like it's not going to get off the ground. That's a possibility as well. But if what you're mainly worried about is that maybe they're with someone else or they're still hung up on the person from the past, I don't think that's the case. But they don't necessarily look in there like they're in a position to go after you either. So in that regard, it might have to be you who would make the move. But again, let's not lose sight of the fact that this card is about your intuition and following that. So you're going to have to feel that out. I know Venus has been retrograde in your sign recently, and now you have the sun in your sign. That should give you a boost. At the time I'm recording this, like the 24th of October, there's some full moon energy in your opposite sign right now, and it's a pretty intense one. So if you get any insights around that time, by all means, this tells me you could probably trust it. This shows to me growth regardless, even if it's just emotional growth and it doesn't really represent a timeline, or you knew them from way back then, you went to school. This could just represent emotional growth, or just finding out more about them. That could be, again, going back to, like I made the joke about you guys studying up on them, doing your detective work. Maybe you're just trying to find out more about them, and they're like, is this person coming back around or what? In the outcome position, we have the King of Coins. So, when it's a relationship reading and you have an actual court card, which for the outcome, this represents Taurus for me, by the way. So for some of you, it might be a Taurus. Taurus is your opposite sign, though. So the way that I look at this is this could represent a stable relationship. It has that potential. If you think about the major arcana card for Taurus, it's the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is usually seen as a card of commitment in that regard. So, it could be that, not to say you guys are going to jump right into marriage, especially you guys, if it's a Taurus too, 2 fixed energies, you wouldn't jump into anything rashly like that. But it's just saying it would have a stable foundation and has that potential to grow into something more. If you look at the artwork between the two, not to say that this is what the guy looks like for you in particular, for those of you who are interested in men, but they almost look a little similar too, So it could definitely be saying that this is the same person. So yeah, it looks like there is definitely potential for this to be a stable relationship. Like I said, it could just be saying that maybe they were getting a lot of offers in the past. They're not getting as many now, but they're still like not satisfied with the offers they're getting, and maybe it's because they are still hung up on you. I mean, if we even want to look at it like we said there, if this is you, you could see them. They're still looking in your direction, but you know, you guys just don't seem to be looking at each other right now. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Staves. So to me, that does represent action. It represents, let's see, sexual attraction, obviously, and possibly doing something about that at this point. But yeah, and just a fresh new start. So having that at the bottom of the deck is definitely no auspicious sign. It just sounds like the main thing we're going to have to do is you're going to have to follow your intuition about whether you want to pursue it or not. All right, and now let's take a look at these oracle cards, see if they could add some additional insight to the situation. First one we have is Poised, and there's the artwork for it, and number 48, if that has any significance for you. We'll read the messages from that. Okay, it says essential meanings: being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. The Oracle's message: you can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to, your skills are sharp, you've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. Okay, well, I mean, that could certainly go in line with what the wisdom card there would say as well. And for the relationship message, it says when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you're ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. So maybe that's what it is too, like we were saying before. Maybe you felt like, well, you know, again, in the regular Rider-Waite deck, this is called the Fool card. So maybe you just felt like, not that they were out of your league per se, but maybe you didn't feel like you were experienced enough in the past to deal with them, and now you feel, whatever the case may be, however long the time has passed, now you feel more confident in yourself with the Wisdom card that shows a clear growth there, you know what I mean? So maybe that was what it was. Maybe you were a little nervous around them in the past, and now you're more confident and comfortable with yourself, and maybe that's going to be the key to things getting off the ground. All right, and now let's take a look at the second card too. Maybe that could provide some additional insight for you guys. It's No Place Like Home, and the number is 50. So before we even look at that card, I would say if this was one of the potential things I saw, which is, you know, either you or they went away to school, maybe you're wrapping up with that now and you're coming back, and maybe that's saying once you're back or they're back, you can reconnect. That's a possibility, but we'll see what the actual messages for the card say. I can't remember them off the top of my head, even though I've seen that card before. All right, it says essential meanings: authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. So I almost feel like deja vu. I think this mentioned something about being comfortable in your own skin too. So that's definitely a theme there. And I also can see that, like I said, going from the Fool to the High Priestess, you know, that's a definite, at the very least, show of emotional growth, you know. So we'll see what else it says. The Oracle's message says, home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. Okay, so it says here, seeing through the eyes of your soul. That's one thing that made me think of, again, going back to that high priestess energy. So it says it puts you in a position of power and strength. So yeah, again, I feel like I'm just repeating the same thing over and over as far as trust your intuition, you know what I mean? I know you guys like to dig deep with everything and really look things over, but good or bad, if your intuition's telling you to move forward, I would say do it. I mean, it looks like there's definitely support for that with the stability represented by the King of Coins and then the Ace of Staves showing that this would be a good time to take that action. All right, and now we'll read the relationship message lastly, and then we'll wrap up. It says, lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships solicit an emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together you add to the love of the world. So, I mean, it definitely, like I said, it definitely sounds like positive things going on here. In the past, definitely I could see why there wasn't a connection. It looks like this person definitely was not over someone else in the past or just not seeing things clearly in general. And you, with the innocence, another way that you could say that is maybe you didn't approach it in the right way because you weren't sure how to navigate those waters either at the time. But now with the wisdom, it looks like you're a lot firmer in your position now. And it looks like, if you're wondering if this is what you're trying to figure out, are they single or are they still, hung up on this person from the past? It looks like they're definitely alone in that card. And, the offers might still be there, but you could see she's not even paying any mind to them. So to me, that stands out. Like I said, that could have been significance. Maybe you guys have known each other for 4 years. Or maybe 4 times you guys have tried to get things off the past, but get things off the ground in the past, rather, but it just never really worked out. That's a possibility. And also, I can't remember if I mentioned, but this card is a Cancer card for me too. So maybe this could be a Cancer you're dealing with, or like I said, if it's vice versa, this is a Scorpio and Cancer card. So you could be dealing with another Scorpio with a Cancer placement, or you're a Scorpio with a Cancer placement as well. So might resonate for you there. And then the King of Coins and the outcome, like I said, when it's a relationship reading and we're doing that as the outcome of the relationship, it's not really meant to represent one person, but it's certainly a possibility you could have been dealing with a Taurus. But to me, it's more pointing to that this could be a very stable relationship with a good foundation. All right, so we'll wrap up there, guys. Thanks again for all the likes and new subscribers and views last month. And if you guys want a private reading, you could just go to the About section of my channel for more info on that. Check out the Instagram page where we have a little bit more fun with the tarot. But if not, I'll see you guys next month. And happy birthday. All right. Bye, guys.